Alright, so I'm back this morning. Let's carry on with the burger box and finish this off today, hopefully. So where we left off. So I need to add some bins. I want to add like a little sign here or something, say pick up. Maybe add some kind of split here or something, just and some little bricks. I don't know. Let's start off with adding some bricks to the wall. We're not going for like a texture. We're not going to use texture. We're going to just use like just use little cubes. Just kind of, they just stick out. And I hit Control A, apply a scale, and then I'll just drop a bevel modifier on that. Oh, wrong one. There we go. And I'll just stick it in the wall. Oh. This doesn't go through the wall. And I'll make it slightly smaller. Shift D. Boop. D. Maybe I'll put brick up here. I don't know, something like this. Maybe you move this slightly up. Need to be perfect. They're like, it's a brick wall. Maybe that looks too repeated there or that. I don't know. Something like that. Just copy all of these. Shift D. I'm gonna hold Control and just drag this 90. Put some on the back here. There we go. And maybe a couple on here. Just copy these again. Control, and I'll bring those through. Yeah, I don't mind that. Oops. I do mind that. Control, and then, oh. Shift D. There we go. Forgot I was unduplicating it. There we go. I've got some bricks. So, you know. I was thinking, should I add something at the bottom? But nah, I like it like this. It's fine. I might put these all in the collection now. You can even perhaps it's not like perfect. Don't need to be perfect. Because nothing in life is perfect. Oh yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Do the same here slightly. That looks a bit more better. I like that. Even might have the one odd. There we go. Cool. So we have bricks. We have little chairs here. We have burgers. We've got posters. We've got a vent. We've got window. So let's add little pickup sign here. Can I just copy this? Shift D. And let's edit this. Pick up. Oops. Let's do 180 and 0. Push this in here. There we go. Or maybe I'll place it underneath. Pick up the glow sign. Shift D. Duplicate this. Move this slightly forward. Let's change that to front. There we go. So you got pickup. I think I'm gonna fill something, put something here, and then let's add a little trash can at the back here somewhere. Add the little ground plane, and I think we're pretty done. Pretty much done. Don't forget to always save your work. Because there's no rules to what you build and what you don't. And I'll just use basic materials. I'm not going for anything realistic. It's just stylized. Kind of. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I don't want to spend years doing this. Anyway, let's build a bin. So I'm gonna go make sure I'm in this collection. Let's minimize all of this. Wait, what have I got in bricks? What's this Bezier? That's the pipe. That does not belong in the brick section. This belongs here. Let me make all these in one collection. Yeah, put those in the collection. I'll just say pipes, wires. There we go. I'll put the junction boxes in there too. There we go. And let's hit save again. The cool thing about the collections is you can turn off certain items. You know, you can, when you actually start to break it down, it's not actually complicated. It's you know, simple geometry. And you look at each part on its own. It's not that much. Anyway, collection. Add mesh cube. So build a simple bin. Little square bin out here. Make sure it's way around here. There we go. Actually, I'll duplicate this as well. I'm gonna keep that for a cardboard box. Then put that to the side. We'll make a cardboard box for the inside here. I'll stack some boxes. Put this like this. Maybe a little bit smaller. There we go. And then I'm gonna hit tab. Scale this out. A little bit out. And I'm going to say E. Put this in. I'm going to scale it inwards like this. I feel that bin's a little bit too big. There we go. Something like this. Do I want it on this side? Maybe I'll put it on this side. Because if the door opens, I don't want it to hit there. And you don't want customers next to the bin. Let's put it here. And let's just tilt it a little. Turn it a little. And we just put a little flap there. And we've got a bin. Simple. And we just split that. Let's split this so it looks like it's two. We'll just do bevel edge. Extrude along normal. Got a simple bin. It doesn't need to be anything fancy. And then, oh, there we go. Drop a little bevel modifier on that. Boom. Boom. What happens if I hit Control A, scale? How's one look? One's not bad. One's not bad. There we go. There's nothing fancy. Maybe it's a little bit too big. Something like this. It's not the best bin in the world, but it's something. Anyway. Shift D. Move this out. I want some garbage on the floor. Maybe I'll put one of these boxes up here. Notice that they actually are quite big, so compared to the bin. Shift D. I'm gonna put this on the floor. But I'm gonna crush this. So I'm gonna just select some of these vertices and then. Actually, easier if I just go to sculpting. Where is it? We can just squash it. Maybe this is not the right one. General, where's grab? This is simulation. Grab cloth. General, grab. Yeah, so I squished it. Something like this. Okay, that'll do. Don't need to overdo it. Could do some, like, if I wanted to do some bottle, what's it called, little milkshakes, or little, you could make a milkshake. You could make some little cans if you wanted. Let's turn this into a cardboard box. I mean, these are box already. All we have to do is really maybe delete that top face. Boop. Then so this edge here and this edge. E. There. Then I should be able to rotate this. Oh, this. Oh, never mind. I'll fix that in a second. Let's look at this from here. Let's fix that back up. Oh. X-ray mode would help. What have I done? We have a box. Anyway. Not the best way to create a box, but it's a box. And I'll just add solidify on there. Generate and solidify. Swap that order around. Boop. Okay, stick it in this corner, like I said. Slightly smaller. There we go. So we have something in that corner at least. It's not empty. And then all I'm gonna do is just duplicate this. There we go. So we can see there's something in there. I know the proportions is very different. It's just a 50. Let's pretend that's for chicken nuggets. It's not for burgers. That's why they're slightly smaller. But there you go. Now you got something in the box. We're just reusing what we have, and then we've got some trash. I like it. I think I'm pretty much done with the modeling. I don't know if I want to tweak some of this burger or not, but for now, I think I'm happy with that. Let's add the ground plane. We're going to collection here. Add mesh plane. Oop. Let's look at it from above. I'm just going to center this. to the model. Because that's not clipping into that looks fine. Now you can choose to create like a street if you want, or whatever you want around here. It doesn't matter. I'm just gonna make a normal base. It's just a little diorama or diagram, like a little isometric model. Nothing fancy. Let's bevel these vertices. Increase that. And I'm going to just say solidify. I'm going to also add the bevel on this. Oh. And we, oh, that's not very nice. Look at that. Now, should this go? Do we hit Control A? That may fix it. I don't know. Let's see. It may be the signal sharpness. Does this affect it? Put this back. I don't like that. I do not like this. The edges on the edges. I can see it. I can see that. That line there. 0. I'll go back to 30. Right, actually, what I can do. When you select the face, I believe you can just say it. Oh, no, because it's one piece. Oh, I need to apply it first. Sorry. Apply, apply, apply. Okay, that's better. That's a separate piece now. And then that's a separate piece. Cool. Alright, I'm happy with this. We made our model. Let's start putting some color into it. The way I like to do is go into vertical split here. So, and then I'll set up a camera. Of course, you don't need to do it this way. You can do it however you like. This is just my preference. I like to see. I like a nice view, so I'm gonna add a camera and hit 0 to fill that. On the camera options, I'm gonna go to the view display passport out. So we just focus on this. Turn off all of the additional stuff we don't need. You can kind of get rid of that. Now we've got just our render viewport here. If I hit N, I'm going to go to view, camera to view. So now I can move. As I move in this window, this is controlled moving the camera around, so you can see the camera's moving in this window as I move around. I can kind of position this how I want. Now you can choose to use EV or cycles. I'm going to go with cycles today. And set that to GPU. Make sure I'm just going to put this on denoise. In the viewport. There we go. I really like it. Of course, you don't need to use the scene world if you don't want. You can use the scene world, one of these default ones. Actually, I don't mind that. I don't mind this as a starting. anyway, let's start to we'll put this to the side here. Let's start to put some materials on here, right? So the actual building itself. Let's go for. We're going to need a few more materials. I'm going to have to select. So I'm going to say new, 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 new. I'll say about 3. Delete that. And I'll delete this one. There we go. Let's go for, I don't know, like a kind of 10-ish. A yellowy 10. Like an oldish kind of building. There we go. And you've got like kind of like, then with the next color I'm going to do for this part. It's like kind of like a brick, almost brick colored. I'll go for brick colored look. Like a reddish. Almost red, but red brown. Bring that belly down, something like that. Let's see. Let's apply this first, and then the bricks, the little bricks, can use this third color. So I can do selections. I could split the model into separate parts if I really wanted to. I'm just gonna hit Alt Shift like this. Oh, Alt and then Alt Shift. Select those loops. And Shift like that. And then assign. So you can see now we've assigned that color. Now this under the lip here, I'm gonna kind of select this too. You can hit Control Plus actually. That would have been easier if I just did Control Plus. It will just grow that selection. I think that's alright. It's not too bad. And then maybe I'll have some these bricks. I don't know. These could be different, like a slightly darker version of that. I can actually use the color picker. Or even lighter. I don't know. Some can be lighter, some can be darker. It's just, I wish you could. Can you apply? I can't apply to multiple. It's just there must be a way to. Let me Google this. Blender apply material to multiple objects. Select all targets, then shift select the objects and decide material last making it, and then press Control L. Control L, okay. Link materials. Ah, that's cool. But then does that mean if I change one, they're not? Yeah. Actually, I don't mind that, to be honest. I don't mind that. I learned something new. It's not too bad. There we go. Okay. So shift. Select all these bricks. We can come back and change this wall. Control L. Link material. Hey. Did it not do it? It did not. Okay, let's try to see. Where's this brick here? Oh, this is the wrong side. Oh, it's this wall. Sorry. So this, then select these. Control L. What? Ink material. It doesn't work. Or do it again. Control L. How did I do it? I don't understand. I tried. I did try a shortcut. I'll just do it from the drop down like this and select them. I think I'll go back and then just tweak each one to what I need. Sorry. I did it the first time. It's so annoying. There we go. Let's add some color here. Really simple. New for nice red. That's pink, red. Should we go for glossy or kind of plasticky? Yeah, like a plasticky look. And then again, it'll be the white. So I'll go new. Of course, name your materials. I'm not naming my materials right now. What gloss did I go for that on? 3.323. So I want to do the same. 0.323. And then this will be red. This is the white. And it's just repeating. And then this is white. We want to go for like some chrome. So we're just going to say new. We're just going to put the metallic up. And then the roughness. That looks okay. Right. And I'll just apply this to here. We go for wooden frame. So on there we're going to go new. That down. Kind of on it. A little bit of gloss, but not too glossy. Yeah, that's okay. I'll just apply this to this. I can tweak that. Maybe too much roughness, a little bit of roughness. There we go. Yeah, that's not bad. It doesn't look terrible. Now, if I want the counter to be that color, let's see how it looks. Is it too? It looks too strong. If I went with the same color as this, there's nothing to separate it unless I go for a different material on here. Let's go for something like checker. Let's go for there's red and white. Yeah, I need to fix the UVs on that. We'll just need to basically scale it in so it's not so rectangular. Let's see. Actually, I can just select this front. Oh, tab. We'll select this front face. Just project from the front. Projection. Where's front projection? project on view. These, we don't really see the sides or the back, so this doesn't concern me too much. Why is this not changing now? This is not moving or anything. Let's go to shading. What would be inputs? What is it on the inputs? Texture. If I go UV, does that? There we go. So I should be able to. There we go. That's looking more square. And then I'll change the shading. This scale here. There we go. That'll do. Let's do something like that. That kind of breaks it up a little. Not sure though if I want that to be the same color or if I want to change it. Maybe I'll put a new material. Maybe I want that color but not as bright. Oh, there we go. Let's bring the roughness down a little bit. There we go. Well, that doesn't look too bad. On this, I'll go for that brown that we used. And here, I'm gonna create a neon, like a yellow for the burger. I want yellow. Emission for yellow. There we go. Now we can't see the glow because you have to go into. You can see the glow, but you can't see the glow because you have to go into compositing here. If I go new, and we want to add glare, right? So it'll be a filter glare. We'll put glare in there. We can change this to something like bloom or whatever, or fog glow. It doesn't matter what you want to do. And then you can play around with it, but you won't see it here. Let's go to. Oh, it's already on. It's disabled. Always. So let me go back here. Change to compositor. Can I adjust this? What happened if we go back to the old bloom? Okay, so that's the old bloom. That's the bloom that you would have default in here. So that is changed now. So let's see, maybe high. I like that. Okay. If I apply that same neon on this, how does that look? Oh, is that too much? It is too much. We'll go metallic and bring the roughness down. That looks kind of cool. Okay, so we'll go for like the metallic behind and then the glow in front. Oh, that's the wrong one. That doesn't look bad. I don't think it looks too bad. And then I'll just do the same for this, but new emission red. to red as well. Something like that. Oh, because I did those as separate letters. There we go. Maybe the red is too much, I don't know. The emission is too much on the red. Somewhere like that. And then I'll repeat this again on there. Red. Let's go back to the viewport here. It's not looking too bad. This helps break it up a little, so it's not all not completely boring or flat. Add something to it. Maybe we could put make the door kind of chrome, metallic. This down. Could use this probably on a lot of the stuff. So materials, I can probably assign this to material 16. I'm actually accidentally creating materials, which I don't mean to. There we go. Some light leak there. Of course, we're gonna need a light inside, so maybe we just add a light. Should we add a point light or the area? Let's add an area light inside. Just place it up here. Increase that power. Maybe 450. You go for a warmer look or something like that. That's not bad. You can tint it if you want. We can play around with that later. We'll mess around with that. I just wanted to right now. Let's put that back to yeah, leave it like that for now. But it doesn't look terrible. I'll tell you that. It doesn't look terrible. Again, we're gonna need to do the pickup over here. So we can use the red. Maybe we use the red. Let's see. I like it. And then this would be 16. You could go with a different material completely. You can make it look completely like all worn out or rusted. It's kind of brand new. It's a new business. We need to do the burgers. Probably could do the cash machine as well. Do the till. 7 on that one. New. Go for like a dark color. There we go. Something like that. These pretty straightforward. Go over that red. What kind of plasticky? Right now they're really glossy. Too glossy. No. 1.15. Mustard. And that one could be the mayo. It started to come together. I think I could add the chrome to these as well. Oh, I forgot to add the dial. I'll do that. But I think I can even add this as a chrome. Just reuse the same materials. You can of course go different completely. That you don't have to repeat this. I'm just kind of now speeding through this. I'm not really naming my materials. You can go back and I could go back and give them names so I know what's what. Again, I mean these look like they're floating. This for now, let's stick. Let's give it a new material. So, right, new material. Control L. Link material. Does it do it? No. Oh, so that's the last one. Okay, so it's just the order. Did it work? Okay. So if I add the material, and this will be 7. 7, 7. Kind of just preparing what I want to do on this. Putting the materials in the slots. 7. Okay. Did that not add material? Oh, okay. 21. Add 7. Add. Actually, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm making myself do extra work. Like I said earlier, I'll do one and then duplicate it, right? Why am I wasting time putting materials on multiple items? There we go. Alright, let's start putting the materials on this. Add. That was 21, right? So 21 will be this checker. Actually, yeah, no, I'll use a different checker. It'll be the same checker, but different material because the scale will be different. I don't want to mess around with it. Checker. Just go to the red and white. Come on. I'll do the circle select. There we go. Then I'll do Control Plus to grow the selection. Maybe too much. There we go. Assign. There we go. Now we have a nice checkered seat. And this is of course 7, and these are 7. Now what I can do is actually just merge this into one object. Join. There we go. And then if I go to the top view here, just go into X-ray, Shift D. There we go. And maybe this one slightly tucked in more. This one slightly out. They don't need to be perfect. There we go. Now we've got nice checkered seating. Got checkered wall. This checkered thing. Maybe I'll put like a decal here. I've got some textures I want to use. I got some posters I prepared last night because I knew I'd have to do that. You don't need to see me prepare that stuff. Add the mesh plain. I'll just put a plain there and then just be PNG wrap on the side of the wall here. So if I rotate this, let's get out the boom. Put this up here. Let's get this nice and big. I'll place this closer to it in a second. I want to put a image texture open, and then I want to go to my folders to browse. Sorry, I have a lot of folders. Open. Now you can see it's already not the correct way up. We can also do it in here. So we can either rotate this or flip the UV, but I'll just rotate it here. I make this nice and big. Now I'll push this against that, like there. I'm gonna go to shading. Of course, it needs an alpha because it's a PNG. It's already got alpha, so there we go. Now the roughness, I don't really want any. I mean, I could choose to add some. It doesn't matter too much. It don't matter. It doesn't bother me too much. Maybe a little bit there. There we go. We have a little decal. It's not the best. You could of course paint that on. I'll just put a texture there. I'll make it slightly bigger. I might move that brick out the way. Want it bigger. I don't know. I'm looking at it here. Kind of just adjusting it to my needs. Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind that, to be honest. Looking at it here. It don't look bad. I mean, I can't read that pickup. Maybe that'll be yellow. Let's change that to yellow. Let's see if the yellow is more visible. Yellow. Maybe the yellow's easier to see. Yeah, the yellow's a lot easier to see. More than that. Pull that slightly forward. I'm making some adjustments to that, which is better. I mean, even from that, I guess it's fine. It's fine. I'm being so picky. Of course, we're gonna have to do the burger. So get the burger done. Basic materials. Nothing fancy. Boom. I'm just gonna do this. Speed through this. Like a bun. Because you could go for like a nice gradient if you wanted. But I'm being lazy. I'm sorry. Oh, there's red. Or reddish 24. It kind of looks like pink right there. There we go. 24. 24. Oops. 24. This one I can actually just apply 25 to that, 25, and then change that to that yellow. Cheese. And this the patty. Should be just kind of like a brown. That's not looking like a brown. It should be. There we go. And then there we go. It's like a plastic toy. It's not new green for the lettuce. A light darkish green. Again. What was that? 26? No. 27. And then whatever that number 23. So set that to 23. Boom. We have a burger. I might adjust this a little. When I'm looking at it, it kind of looks like it's floating. I wanna just move it around. Oh, I didn't do the sesame seeds either. Maybe it's slightly. Like that. I don't know. That looks. Don't look terrible. Might go for a slightly. Looking at it from here, that's too pale. That looking better? Yeah, that looks better. Being a little bit picky and tweaking stuff too much. Yeah, I like it. Hit save. Hit save. What else? We've still got to do the burgers, the posters, this little box thing. But we're pretty much done. I've got to do the burger again. I mean, I could just duplicate this burger. Let's get rid of this. Let's delete this one. Oh, undo. Whatever I just deleted there. So I don't know what I deleted without seeing it in this window. Delete this. Alright, let's delete that. We can go up here. Select our burger again. Or I can select the collection, even easier. Oh. Can stick it on a napkin or paper or something. I have a think about that. I could even put a little takeaway bag on there. I don't know. I'm just being extra now. This will be like a brown cardboard color or yellowish. There we go. That'll do. I'm not overthinking it too much. 26, 26, 26. Posters. This is the new poster. Image texture. Open. Then I'll load in a texture. I can use on both. Open. And this one as well. What material was that? 29. Okay, so this will be 29. So I'll put them both on both posters on one image file. So then all I have to do is change the UV mapping. If I go here to UV editing, you can see I'll just do that. Boom. Not perfect, but you can kind of shift this around. Now if I go here, you can see. Okay, and then I'll do just the same thing in here, from here. There we go. We have a little burger shop. I'll go back to here, our layout. So I'm happy with this. Like I said, just a few things left to do. Of course, you can just go boom, boom, put some random. Oh, we go for blue. Maybe that color's maybe too much. Maybe blue, but then desaturate it. A tint of blue. And then you can go whatever color you want, whatever that wire is. Maybe an orange. There we go. The burger box itself, you can create a texture for those. I'm not going to do that at this point. I'm going for like those polystyrene kind of horrible yellow polystyrene materials. Whatever, you know, those old kind of like yellow packaging. Probably know what I mean. Where is it? Like this. Well, these kind of, this old styrofoam. What the heck? How did we eat out of that? This kind of rubbish. So just apply. That wasn't 26, 32. And go to it. There we go. I think we have put materials. Oh, we forgot to put the material on the grill. On the bars, should I say. Go. I mean, you could. I don't know if it'll work. Let's see. Mesh. Let's get a little plane. I don't know how it would look if we could put a little glow underneath, so like the heat. We could add some little PNG smoke if you want to go to that effort. You can do it. Like steam or something coming up. Or you can do some particles, but yeah, it's a bit of, it's not much work, but maybe red, orangey red. I don't know. I mean, not terrible. Let's try something. Let me go to shader editor. Texture, gradient. Put this in color, and can we put this in mission color? Oh, not texture grade. I want ramp. Sorry, I want a color ramp. There we go. I was thinking like a gradient, but it's actually a color ramp. I don't know, like orangey. Is that even? Should I do a noise? I don't know. I'm just kind of making this up, to be honest. Add texture noise. No, I don't want to connect it to that. Maybe I want to break it up so it's not one solid glow. Maybe we put in the alpha. I don't know. that doing anything? Nope. Maybe that just goes into the collar there. I can see it doing something. Maybe it's to do with the mapping as well. I could do. I'll do mix shader. I don't know. Why does it say no? Yes. Mixed color. Is there a mixed color? I don't know. So do it. It's not doing. I don't know. I'll leave it. I'll leave it alone. I don't. I do understand, but I don't understand. That to UV editing. That's the whole thing. If I did, if I get texture, for example, and no, it doesn't matter what, just get brick texture, right? And I put it into the alpha. Actually, that's not bad. They actually broke it up. Oh. To not actually too bad. I don't mind that. Go for bigger. Mortar smoothness. Let's see how that looks over here. That doesn't look too bad. The emission's a bit weak, but there we go. That doesn't look bad. Maybe the red is too much. Maybe it should be kind of. I want it not red. Sorry, I'm kind of gone off topic. Why is it not like doing like a mix of these two colors? You know, oh mate. Don't mind that. Alright, let's go back to 3D viewport. And let's finish this off. So let's put the ground, just put a texture, make this, I don't know, not texture, material, just make this kind of dark grey. This base, we can go whatever color, it doesn't matter. Maybe we go for red. A nice red. I kind of like that. Of course, the background color. I'll change the background color if I can remember how. Isn't it world color? Isn't there like a world? It's a world. Is it here? Yeah, background, because that's grey right now. So I want it. Oh, black. Look at that. That's looking cool. The camera itself. So I'll go camera. I'm going to change this to orthographic and then just change the scale. I'm going to add a giant plane on the ground. So I'm just going to add, wait, let's come out of that collection. Add mesh plane. Boom, boom, boom. Massive, there we go. And new material, it can be whatever color you want. We can change that after. We need to add some lights, right? Because we have the inside light, but we don't have a light, so we can add some area light. Maybe we add an area light. Add constraint. Track to on track to the building. So it's always pointing at the building. There we go. That's a light options here. I'm gonna bump the power up a couple of hundred. There we go. It's not looking terrible. So just you can light it however you like. If I shift D and then have another light over here. Let's go for free lights. Shift D. So we've got free area lights. Maybe this one's at the back here. We're here above or below. I don't know. Kind of like it like that. Then you can of course give these colors lights a color tint or whatever you want. Do, 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 do. I feel this doesn't. That's way too much. Anyway, let's take some zeros away. If I push it back further. This color here is horrible. I'm just going to just move the colors around until we find something that looks okay. Can play around with the studio light. I don't know. I like it. I think I'm happy with that. It's not the best in the world. I mean, to be honest, I could spend more time doing proper texturing and materials, but I don't want to be here forever. You could go in here and say, or is it shader? Maybe the roughness. You could put some noise texture in there. You're not locked into doing any of this, to be honest, but where's that detail? Now we go back to viewport. Boom. It's not so flat. Like I said, you just play around with the colors there. You can get a completely different look. Kind of like the red on red. Maybe I don't like this red too much, or maybe it's just not glossy enough. I don't know. It just playing around with materials, you can get it changes the look so much. Even just changing the environment. So if I go from this to this, look how much difference it makes. So yeah, it all comes down to lighting as well. But I think I'll end it here. I am pretty happy with that. If you do want to animate the camera and stuff, you can go to camera. Here, for example, and you want to animate this. I don't know. Maybe we want this camera to always look at as well, so we could say set some constraints as track 2. Let's make sure we track something. Actually, wait, let's add a empty. Put a circle in there. Right, this empty here. So it's locked to the main part of the building. Then if we go back to camera, go empty. So wherever your camera go, is locked to that. And then all you can do is you can change the shift because it's a orthographic. You may want to just do the shift. You don't have to do orthographic though. It could be perspective, and works just as well. Just depends on the look you want to go, look and feel you want. And then of course play around with your lens. You can play with that focal length. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day, morning, evening, night, wherever you are. And this was some use. I know I waffle a lot. It's not really a tutorial. This is more of a, just to see how I build stuff. Like sometimes I just rush through things. If it's not a real project, you won't see me naming and organizing stuff. I don't treat this. It's just always just familiarize myself with the software if I haven't used it in a while. So hopefully the next one I'll get better again. You'll see more improvements as the next model I'll do the next model and so on. I don't know what to make next. I have a think. This is a burger box. If you wanted, you could change that to a pizza. You could just stick a pizza on there, have it hanging from the side. Change some of this text and logos. Get rid of the grill, put a pizza oven in there, and you have a pizza place. It's it's not too bad. But yeah, you could create animations, you may want to, if you have that clipping there, like I just noticed this clipping, you may want to move some of the like lettuce so it's not noticeable, like that. Just move it up. But yeah, there you go. Enjoy your day. Bye bye.